So, hello everybody out there. It's our second live stream from our project Handle It, new strategies for the treatment of new psychoactive substances in Europe. It's our Erasmus Plus project. And we have our second LTTA, Learning, Teaching, Training activity. Today we talked about inpatient strategies or strategies for inpatient treatment. I have a little echo of me. I don't know. Okay. Um, and with me is Lea Verdel. Verdel
Yeah, it's
from
okay.
Zajednica Susret. It's a non-profit organization from Croatia. Hello, Lea.
Hello. Hello to everyone.
So, and if there were no pandemic, we would be with you in your treatment centers, with you in Croatia, in Zagreb. Just would you? It's so sad that we can't be there, and I
Yeah.
hope we can be there. Yeah, next year or someone at some other time. So, but can you introduce yourself with some words, and can you introduce Zajednica Susret?
Yeah, thank you. Hello everyone. My name is Lea Verdel and I am a social worker from Humanitarna organizacija Zajednica Susret. It's non-governmental and non-profit association from Croatia, from Zagreb, and we deal with the treatment of drug addiction, alcohol, and gambling. We are the first association that started dealing with addiction in Croatia 25 years ago, and through those years, we started two therapeutic communities, Therapeutic Center Ivanovac and Therapeutic Center Cista Velika, and we have two counseling centers in Zagreb and in Split. In our counseling service in Zagreb, me and my colleagues work on national projects and on international, mostly. I mean, all of them are European projects as daily part of our job, and other things that we do have counseling for drug, gambling, and alcohol users that are not the part of the project. That's a special part of our counseling service, and with their members of family, and also with former drug, alcohol, gambling addicts who finish treatment in therapeutic centers. That would be,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, big job. Thank you. Yeah, and we talked about NPS consumption in the morning, and you talked and your colleagues talked about the situation in Croatia. What can you tell us about that? What's the situation now um, about new psychoactive substances?
Well, situation is, I have to say, not so good. The situation is, I would say, the same for a very long time. Nothing really happens there. Nothing is changing. The other drugs that are all drugs are more in focus, and NPS is standing aside and waiting for someone to recognize it's a problem. Um, the thing is that we are not in our counseling office. We do not often have a lot of NPS users. If they do come, they don't stay too long. They maybe come for a couple of counseling appointments, and that would be it, because they do not think that they have a problem. They use it recreationally for fun with friends, and they think that it's not that serious as like other famous drugs that other people use, mostly because NPS is a drug that younger people use, and they think that if other people can drink alcohol or smoke marijuana, that they can have, they can have their way of fun. That's the biggest problem. The biggest problem is that the state is not moving things forward. The whole process of prohibition is slow. The country is, I have to say, they are trying to do something, but they are not. They do not have a strategy, I think. Well, when something is banned from the point of NPS, it takes very long time for them to ban it, and when they do, then manufacturers create a completely new drug which then becomes legal, and that's one more reason the young people think it's okay to use it, because it's legal. As I was talking earlier, it's like an alcohol addiction. People use it recreationally for fun with friends. Everywhere we go, it's okay to the point that they can't function anymore, and then they will go to the treatment. But until then, it's okay to drink. The thing is very similar with NPS. It's legal. You can buy it everywhere, online, in smart shops, everywhere you go. Just change the structure of NPS, and it's okay to use it. I know it's hard to keep track with that, because manufacturers are a lot of little smarter, and they are always a step ahead of the state. But we are really behind the resolving those problems. I have to say that not only in our counseling office, but in our therapeutical centers, we have some problems, because people who use NPS rarely go to the treatment. If they do come, as I said, in our counseling office, it's the same in therapeutical centers. They don't stay there very long. They often do not become the part of the group. They think that they are here just because somebody made them. I mean, others think that, but they become the part of the group. They become friends. They are trying to do something, but NPS users, see things differently. And that is the big problem. You can make them to go to the treatment. You can't make them to come to you for counseling. And that's the main problem.
Okay, so many problems you talked about, so many points. Thank you. So the first is I have understood that there are not so many clients with NPS problems in your counseling, and you said that's because they think it's not dangerous. It's kind of normal. They can get it anywhere, and so they can use it at parties just like alcohol, and it's no problem. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Sometimes we can't. Just a second to put it. Sometimes we do not know are the consequences of using NPS from the NPS or some other drugs. It's very complicated, and I think that's because we do not have a lot of researches on that matter. We don't have a lot of knowledge about that, mainly because everything is focused on let's say older drugs that are more familiar, and this is put aside. Nobody talks about it very often, and
Okay.
yeah. And we, as a professional, have problem with dealing with such a patients, because I have to say ourselves, we also don't know much about it, because we are not giving, we are not getting a lot of information. We are trying to deal with the problem with our experience, and especially where there is no support from the top, or if there is a support, sometimes there is. It's very extreme. It's very slow and effective.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
And because we talk about, and because of we make this project, is that because that NPS are dangerous to that client groups, and
Mhm.
there's a big and negative effects, and they should know that. How do they react if you have someone in your counseling in your counseling center, and you tell him or her that what they do is very dangerous? How do they react?
Yeah, well, that's the point. If someone who is using heroin or cocaine and or even alcohol, you can have evidence that this is not good, because it's all around us. You have therapeutic centers for 20 years, and people go to treatment there. You can tell them how their life was. You can tell someone died from it. You can tell someone's family has fallen apart because of it. But when it comes to NPS, you don't have such connection with bad things. We do have some situations in media when young people took NPS and things that were happening, but it's not something that is very often talked about, and just because it's legal. Yeah, other drugs are not legal, so it's people are using it because they can.
Yeah,
So if there is
I
no,
think that's a big problem. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, there isn't a very smart way
awareness.
to. Yeah,
Oh
you
yeah,
tell them anything except that it's bad, and if they will believe it, they will believe it, but mostly they do not believe it.
yeah,
They
yeah,
come back if, I mean, they even don't come back because they're in such a bad shape that they can't come back. So it's not it's nothing between that recreational using and when they come to the point that they can't function. If they come to the point they can't function anymore, they are not for us. That we can't help them. And from the point when we can help them, they don't see it as a problem. So we are not.
yeah. Okay, yeah, we need a professional strategy for that. Yeah, you need a
Yeah.
professional way or concept for that, and also we need a kind of yeah, legal protection.
Yeah.
And in Germany is a quite similar situation, because in our counseling centers, the NPS consumers are not so much. It's not many clients who are using NPS, but in our treatment centers, it's another situation. Especially if they are coming from jail or from a prison, and if they have prison experience. So in that case, they know NPS from prison because it's very common there to
Hmm.
use it, because they can get it in many forms, and they take it and swap it to our treatment centers. But in our counseling centers, there are not so many cases of NPS consumers.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it's like that in Croatia too. Yeah. Almost.
And where you can buy these legal highs or NPS in Croatia? Where do they buy it?
Like everywhere else in other countries, it's mostly online or in smart shops. There are some shops that sell it. They are not for that kind of things, but they sell that MPS as a part of their uh, products for selling. So it's everywhere, it's legal, and no one is asking questions about it. They just ban it because of some substance, and then change it, and they sell it all over again. So you can buy it almost everywhere.
So, so we can say we need a kind of new toolbox. We talked about the reaction in the treatment centers. If the professional members they found out that a client is using NPS in the treatment centers just during the treatment, and then how to react as a professional team. Should we kick them out from the program, or what should we do? And that's another case. So I think here we have the point to raise awareness about new psychoactive substances and the danger, and that the users should need help, should need go to counseling centers, to treatment centers, just and get information about that. Would you say the same?
Yeah, well, in counseling centers, we can't do much. We can motivate them to come and to talk to us, but that's not very often to happen. We can push them towards therapeutic centers. If they don't want to go, it's their own free will. We can make them, but if they come to therapeutic centers, we see problem there, because in our centers we have every kind of addicts, drug, gambling, alcohol, and NPS addicts. They are not so common to come, but we try to adjust everything for the person. It depends if he is on. If he's alcohol addict, drug addict, gambling addict, we have different approach to everyone, since regarding the substance he uses. That's the point with the NPS. They don't. How should I say this? They don't want others to help them as others do. It's them and the gambling addicts. They're in same category, because they very the drug and alcohol addicts may think they don't want to help, but during the process they see they can use the help, and they agree on it. And the NPS users do not want help. They are trying to as someone said today, play games with us, try to make us to think that we think something that it's not true, that they're okay, why are they here? And that's, I have to say, other addicts think that, but not in that way that NPS addicts do. So it's really hard to make them believe that they need help, and that they can use it. Often I have to say that they come with a lot of different diagnoses that sometimes we cannot treat. Drug and alcohol addicts have diagnoses that we can handle. And when they are in treatment, when they're doing better, the diagnosis is changed, and it's something you can work with. And with NPS users, we often can't work with, because the diagnosis is too severe for us to handle it. Mainly because what we talked about, they come to us when they have nowhere to go, when they are over with everything. They don't come to us in the beginning of the addiction. So it's very hard. Yeah, it's not very common for them to come to us, but when they come to us, it's very hard to have treatment for them.
Okay, yeah, it's very hard. Just a last question. If you had one point for change, would or what needed change? One point has to be changed in political or in the treatment system. What do you think? What should we change to had a better, yeah, a better connection to the clients to help them better?
Oh, wow. That's a hard question. Yeah,
Okay.
things have to change. Um, but the main thing I think it has to change, it's for the politics to listen for to NGOs more. We talk about this all the time. We are trying to um, make them to, how should I say, believe us that it's a big problem, but
Yeah.
they don't listen, or they don't want to listen. Yeah, I would change that. I don't know, but that's the they from that we can start. Everything else doesn't have it won't work if the things aren't changed on the top.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's a very important point.
Yeah.
So thank you very much, Lea, for that little live stream. Thank you for your words and thank you for your thoughts about that. And you out there, if you have listened to us, and thank you for listening and thank you for watching this video. And just leave a comment. What are your ideas for treatment of NPS or for to reach the NPS clients? Just write us a comment on Facebook or on YouTube. So thank you, Lea, and
Thank you.
thank you everybody has watched us. Bye.
Bye.